Alright, now I'm back with another review for you guys, and I'm excited because this is actually my first G.I. Joe classified series. We got Carl Doc Greer. I saw him at GameStop. They had a couple other ones, and I don't know, I was just feeling him, and I've always preferred the Joes over the Cobras, but it's the cool one. I didn't really have another medic character. I have Lifeline from Apex, but she's a very mid figure, and I've heard a lot of good things about them, so I've been wanting to give them a shot. But they got pretty simple packaging, but it looks good. Like, I like the image on the side. Kind of wish he came with another head that was like smiling like that or something, but not complaining. I do prefer kind of a static face like that over just a wild head, no other like I don't know. It's not bad, not complaining at all. It looks good. Like a lot of detail on him. I'm wondering if his ankles actually bend that much though. And they don't really, and it's not uncommon, but they don't really show you a lot of his accessories on there and where they go and whatnot. But let's go ahead and run him through my new rating system. That last two videos I've mentioned it, and I'm gonna stop. This will probably be the last video where I let you know about it. But heavily inspired by 5 Points of Articulation. Again, shout out. Love his videos. Definitely check him out. He does way better reviews than I do. But yeah, let's go ahead and get into it. The IDEF rating system stands for: is the figure in good shape? Does the figure function as intended? Everything that's included with the figure, plus scaling, and then just my final thoughts. Usually a little pose at the end when I'm talking about it too, unless I forget. Alright, and here he is out of package, and let's see if he's in good shape. Just the first thing I'm going to point out is he has like a little scuff type thing on the boot, which you see on figures sometimes, and that's just a little QC issue. I wouldn't count that against him. I just wanted to be upfront about that. But honestly, aside from that, his paint is pretty damn good. It's a little like just little stuff that you can't even really say. Like just the fact that that's not messed up on the watch is impressive to me. I don't know if you can really see that. I don't know if there's anything you can see. Like, it's not smudged. That looks good. He's got pretty good face paint. I mean, I think it's printed on, like, Hasbro does a lot for stuff, but he's got a pretty good little paint job. Not a bad mold, either. I know underneath here, he just has a crunch. I don't know why they don't use the upper diaphragm, too. But maybe they just don't feel they need those. I don't know. Either way. I would say he's in pretty good shape, though. Definitely looks good. But, let's get into his articulation. He does not get a lot of head movement. And I don't know if maybe the head is stuck a little bit or something. I'm like, I need to push it. But I just don't think he gets that good a head articulation, honestly. And there's like a neck part in there, too. I just don't think it works very well. But it turns. He just can't really look up and get a little bit down. Just not much, you know what I mean? He gets about perfect T-pose, which that's good. You don't... generally, for most figures, especially like this, he's like a regular guy, essentially. Like, he doesn't really need to get much higher than that. It has a butterfly, too. I would say it's near negligible, though. And it only goes back. And then it's got a bicep too, but it's got a pretty good bend, and it's penless too, so that's cool. And then it's got gun hands. Jeez. So everything else on this has been, it'll move fine. Like nothing's been stuck except for the wrist. Both the wrists are like, oh my gosh, dude. Like, it's enough to just make me want to break this figure, bro. Like, I bent it and got it to move, and it's still just stuck as hell for some reason. I don't know if there's like an issue just internally with the plastic in there. I'm trying to loosen it up, but yeah, it's kind of like that's an issue in my opinion. It really takes away from like what you're able to do with him. Yeah, he comes with a bunch of these on him. Just kind of, I assume that's where they're implying you should put them. But all these are swappable and interchangeable. You can kind of just put them wherever you want. But yeah, this wrist was kind of like that too. So, don't like that, but it is what it is. I'm sure his crunch is technically better than this, but because this big vest, he can only really go forward that much, and then he almost essentially can't really go back. And then he does have a twist, which is it's kind of in part with this belt and the vest, but they kind of stop it from going, but it definitely does turn. He gets a good kick, though. Like, that's crazy. And check the split either. Oh, that's a good split. Like, again, why does he need to split like that? Is there a drop down? Oh my god, dude. No way. You're telling me G.I. Joe's doing drop down hips? Unless I just broke it or something, I'm pretty sure that's a drop down hip. I don't know if they need it. That's kind of cool, but alright. Got thigh swivel. Yeah, pretty good bend. I kind of figured this going into this. I think I said something at the beginning of the video. He's in a pose that I don't think this figure, for the most part, is capable of doing. And if you watch my reviews, you know, at the end, I kind of have them in a little pose and talk about it. I think I'm going to try and recreate that. I might put more accessories on them, whatever, but I'm going to try and do that and see how close I can get to that with this figure, because I don't think it's fully possible, to be honest. Like, it might be computer magic partially, I don't know. He has the pants issue that a lot of figures with pants have, like this. The ankles just can't do much because of the pants. And then often, with most of them, one of them will be a little bit higher, so you get more out of one ankle than the other, and it's just like, dude, what are you doing? Like, who's designing these? But his articulation could definitely be a lot better, in my opinion. But I don't know. I would say the figure probably doesn't quite function as intended. He is not bad by any means. Like, you can definitely get some poses out of him, but I don't know. I didn't expect something crazy, but I thought it might be a little bit better. But let's go ahead and go into everything that he's included with. All three of these can come off, but they just came on him in the package. This comes off too. It's a big pouch. He comes with like a stretcher that you can put on his back. That's pretty cool. I'm assuming this side you put them on, and if they have a thing on there, like a little peg on their back or a peggle, they'll stay in place and you can have them carry it. That's pretty cool. Like, that's well thought out. He comes with this little helmet. It's got little medicine bottles on there. Comes with the glasses, which I did try those on him, and I don't know, they kind of look weird on him. Maybe they look better with the helmet, but I imagine getting those on with the helmet's kind of hard. It comes with a little pistol. I don't know. It might be a taser, honestly. I don't know, because this doesn't really look like it would fire rounds. But it's cool, nonetheless. He also comes with a holster, which is not for that, but he also comes with a flare gun, which is pretty cool. It's an emergency guy. Of course he would have a flare. And then he got the little medical pouch. One other thing I will say that I wish was better about that, I don't know how they would have done it, so I'm not knocking them for it, but I wish you could put all the pouches on him. There's no real, like, feasible way you can do it, in my opinion. Like, if someone knows, please tell me. I'm not trying to shit on the figure, just, I can't. I don't know. But either way, it gives you choices, ways you can suit him up, whatever, make him look more minimalist or make him look more extra, whatever. It's cool either way. But let's go ahead and scale him. Honestly, I couldn't think of anyone better to scale him with than Ghost, because I think Jazzware, most of their figures I would say are around this scale, like the 6-inch scale, like I think it's 1/12. And I think Ghost is supposed to be like a bigger guy. I don't know about Doc though, but I think they scale fine together, and I'm honestly they work together in most whatever poses, scenarios, whatever you want to do. But just felt like the most appropriate figure I had to scale with him. Now, I mean, it's slightly different than on the back of the package, but this is about as close as I could get him to a similar pose, and it pretty much gets there. I will say the more and more you start posing him around, the harder and harder it gets to keep all of his accessories on him at one time and whatnot, but some of them stay better at different places better than others. Like, I don't know. I'll have to mess around with it more, but there's definitely ones that are meant to go places more than the others, per se, if that makes sense. Like, the back piece is really only meant to go on the back, the big pouch. It doesn't really go any other place very well and stay. This, I kind of like how it looks there. It doesn't stay there very well. The best place for it, I found, is on the back, which kind of sucks. Maybe it'll go over here well, I don't know. That's where it shows on the package, but I don't know. Overall, I think it's alright. I'm not impressed, is honestly where I'm at with it. I think it's weird that they chose to put drop-down hips on these, but not toe articulation. I just don't really get it. I don't know. Aside from that, it's a fine figure. I'll probably get into these, honestly. They're not bad by any means. I do think they were overhyped, quite honestly, for a while. Not as much anymore, especially now that there's Valivers. I hear a lot of good things about them, but I don't know if I'm even going to get into those. But honestly, he's alright. If you can get him for cheaper than retail, I definitely recommend it. But at retail, still worth it. He's pretty cool. Looks good. Has decent articulation. But yeah, I think that'll be it.